Greetings, I'm Pastor Eric Smith, and this is Wakening Grace. Jesus' parable of the rich fool has something important for us during this COVID time. The rich fool talks to himself. The only person he talks to throughout the whole parable is himself. I get this talking to oneself. I usually don't do it aloud, but I do it all the time. I carry on running conversations with myself. When I'm in the midst of forming a sermon, Karen will sometimes point out to me that I am being rather animated in my silence, shaking my head, furrowing a brow, grimacing, acknowledging a good point. If I'm really into it, I start gesturing too. My family mocks me, but I always make sense to myself. I know that when I feel good, all of life seems to me to be pretty good. I know that when I feel bad, things look pretty bad. But I always make sense to myself. And I'll bet you do too. We always make sense to ourselves, even when we don't make sense to anyone else. COVID time has limited us to fewer contacts with friends and acquaintances, the people who tell us the truth about ourselves, the people who tell us when we make sense or we don't. In relationships, whether close or distant, we see a reflection of ourselves. In the absence of relationship, there is no reflection, and we're alone with our thoughts, and we always make sense to ourselves, whether right or wrong, helpful or harmful. Now, given the opportunity, now is the right time to be more open, to share more of yourself in relationship with others. Use this time well when you have it, and value that relationship. Will you pray with me? Oh God, I know I always make sense to myself. Speak to me through the silence, or speak to me through someone who listens, so that I can know when I make sense and when I don't. This is my prayer. Amen.